Để thẳng lên.
Marta,
Đó. Em để nằm xuống. Rồi.
Martin and Dexter walked into Dexter's kitchen. They just come in from playing soccer. I'm thirsty. James on soda. Okay. Dexter opens the refrigerator door to reveal an enormous stockpile of soda. You're kidding me. Look at all that soda. What? Soda is off the chain. Besides, they're my best friend. Whoa. Yikes. I can't believe you. Do you know what's in a can of soda? 40 grams of sugar in one can. Is that a lot? Just remember the rule of 4. There are 4 grams of sugar in every teaspoon. So what? I'm supposed to do math now? 40 grams divided by 4 equals 10 teaspoons of sugar. Whoa, that is a lot. Juice is chill, right? Yo, this has 24 grams of sugar. 24 divided by 4 equals 6 teaspoons of sugar. But it's only as big as that can of soda. What? Am I supposed to drink water? Yeah, I live it. Remember the rule of 4 and rethink your drink. Choose water. So hi there, today we're going to be reading about Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. One snowy night, in the castle far away, a little princess was born. Her parents named her Snow White. As the years passed, the child grew up to be a lovely young woman. Her beauty and her gentle, natural won the hearts of all who knew her. After Snow White's father died, she lived in the castle with her stepmother, the queen.
Đọc lớn nữa.
The queen was very beautiful, but she was cold and heartless. She was also jealous of Snow White's beauty. So she dressed the princess in rags and forced her to work as a maid.
Lớn lên, em đọc nhỏ chị.
The queen's most prized possession was a magic mirror. Every day she would stand in front of it and ask, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the one?" Fairest one of all. And every day the mirror would reply, "You, O queen, are the fairest in the land."
Lớn lên.
While the queen was spending her time admiring herself in the mirror, Snow White worked long hours in the castle. She always did her chores with a smile. After singing while she worked, one day, as she drew water from the well, she sang a song about her fondest dream. She wished a handsome prince would come to the castle and carry her away. "Please make my wish come true," whispered Snow White. No sooner had she said these words than a handsome prince appeared next to her. Snow White gazed shyly into the prince's eyes. The prince fell in love instantly, but Snow White suddenly became frightened and fled to the safety of the castle. That evening, as usual, the queen asked a mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all? But this time her mirror replied, her lips blood red, her hair like night, her skin like snow, her name Snow White. The queen was so furious that she immediately called for her huntsman. Tomorrow take Snow White deep into the forest and kill her, she commanded. Then she gave the huntsman a jeweled box and told him to bring her proof that he obeyed the order. The huntsman feared the evil queen and promised to do as she wished.
So,
The next morning, the huntsman took Snow White deep into the forest. He watched as the princess stopped to place a baby bird back in its nest. At the moment, the huntsman knew he could never harm the kind-hearted girl. He fell to his knees and begged for forgiveness. My dear princess, he said, you are not safe. The queen is jealous. She has ordered me to kill you, but I could never hurt you. Quickly, he added, running into the forest and never returned. Snow White was frightened by his words, but did as she was told. She ran and ran until she could run no farther. Lost and alone, she sank to the ground and sobbed herself to sleep. The huntsman placed an animal's heart inside the box. The queen had given him a present, handed it to her that night. The evil woman rejoiced, for she believed the huntsman had carried out her order. Now I'm the fairest one of all, she exclaimed triumphantly. When she awoke the next morning, Snow White found herself surrounded by forest animals, curious birds, rabbits, squirrels, chipmunks, and even a mother deer and her fawn crept up for a closer look. Snow White laughed. She didn't feel lonely any longer. Do you know of a place where I can stay? Snow White asked her woodland friends. In response, two little birds chirped excitedly and began to tug gently on her cape. Snow White followed her new friends to a tiny cottage nestled among the trees. Oh, it's just like a dollhouse, Snow White exclaimed. Since no one seemed to be home, Snow White stepped inside. Oh my, what a terrible mess, she cried. She stared in the wardrobe. 7 little chairs, 7 children must live in here, she said. I'll just tidy up a bit and surprise them. Perhaps they'll let me stay for a while. Snow White began cleaning the cottage. The animals helped her sweep, dust, and wash and scrub. Soon the cottage was neat and tidy. Snow White went upstairs. When she found 7 little beds lined up in a row, each one had a name carved on it. What funny names for children, remarked Snow White, as she read the names out loud. Happy, Dumpy, Grumpy, Sneezy, Bashful, Dark, and Sleepy. Then she yawned. I'm a little sleepy myself, she added. Snow White laid across the tiny beds and
rồi chị Hạnh
fell asleep.
nhà mình thấy bé đọc hay, ủng hộ cho bé một like cả nhà ơi.
Meanwhile, 7 little men were hurrying home from a hard day's work in the diamond mine. They didn't know it, but they had a surprise waiting for them. For these were the 7 dwarfs who lived in the cottage where Snow White lay sleeping.
Hello
They
Quỳnh
sang
nha.
merrily as they walked through the forest. Doc led the way with the lantern. Behind him were Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, Sneezy, Bashful, and last of all, Dopey. As they neared the house, the doors noticed something is different. The windows were cleaned cautiously. They crept inside. Everything was neat and tidy, just as I thought, cried Doc. Someone's been in here. Maybe it's a goblin, said Bashful. And maybe it's still here. Only one way to find out, said Grumpy. So upstairs they went, but instead of a goblin, the doors found Snow White fast asleep on their bed. It's a girl, declared Doc. She's beautiful, added Happy. Snow White was awakened by their voices. Oh, she cried when she saw them. Why, you're not children at all. You're little men.
Hãy để im, đừng có nhúc nhích nhiều.
That's right, said Doc, but who are you? Snow White introduced herself and told them about the wicked queen. You can stay with us, said Doc. We won't let anything happen to you, the other doors agreed.
Để nằm xuống chứ cái gì vậy?
Back at the castle, the queen once again consulted her magic mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all? She asked. She was sure she knew the answers, but the mirror replied, over the 7 jeweled hills, beyond the 7th fall, in the cottage of the 7 doors, dwells Snow White, fairest one of all. The queen was outraged. The huntsman lied. She shouted, knocking the jewel box to the ground. Now I will have to take care of her myself. The queen ran down the stairs to a dark dungeon room where she kept an assortment of enchanted powders and bubbling liquids. She quickly mixed herself in magic potion. Then, when she drank the potion, she instantly turned into an ugly old woman. Then she cast a magic spell over a luxurious red apple. One bite of this poison apple sets, and Snow White will sleep forever, she cackled with glee. That night, at the little cottage, Snow White cooked a special meal for the doe. Supper's almost ready, she said. She told them, you'll just have time to wash. Wash? Chores. They almost forgotten what the word meant. But Snow White was firm, so they went outside to scrub themselves clean. Even Grumpy got a scolding.
Lớn lên.
After dinner, it was time for some fun. The doors played their musical instruments and took turning stands with Snow White. Dopey climbed up Sneezy's shoulders and covered them both with a long coat. Now he was as tall as Snow White, but not for long. One sneeze from Sneezy sent them both tumbling to the floor. Before they set off to work, next morning, Snow White gave each doors a goodbye kiss. Beware strangers, warned Doc. No telling what the wicked queen might do.
Cảm ơn
Don't
dì
worry,
Hạnh.
replied Snow White. I'll be careful. After the doors left, Snow White began making pies. Oh, Lord, my pet, she heard someone asking.
Đúng rồi đó Quỳnh.
Snow White turned and saw an old woman at the window.
Cái này Trần Quỳnh lên TV mở nó có chữ nó chạy ra luôn đó Quỳnh.
They're wishing apples, you know. The old woman said. They do look good, replied Snow White. The animals recognized the queen at once, but Snow White didn't. Snow White took the a bite and made a wish. As soon as she bit into the apple, she fell on the floor. Only Will's wrist kiss could wake the sleeping princess. Ha ha ha, crackled the queen. Now, my pretty princess, you will sleep forever. The animals hurried to the mine. They tugged at the doors closed until the little men understood that something was terribly wrong. The doors jumped on their deer and hid the cottage. On their way, they spotted the old woman and recognized the queen in her disguise. Follow her, Grumpy shouted. So they chased her all the way up to the cliff. The queen reached the top of the cliff and was trapped on a narrow ledge. She was about to push a huge boulder onto the doors when a bolt of lightning struck the ledge. With a horrible scream, she fell to the jagged rocks below. The wicked queen was gone forever. When the Dwarfs finally arrived home, they found Snow White asleep on the floor. Nothing they could do wake her from sleep. With tears in their eyes, they gently laid Snow White on a bed. The next day, the Dwarfs built a golden castle for Snow White. It was covered with glass so that they could always see her. Then they carried the castle to a peaceful glen in the depths of the forest, where the tall pine trees carpeted the ground with their fine-granted leaves. For many days, the Dwarfs stayed by Snow White's side, hoping she would wake up. But Snow White slept on and on. Meanwhile, the lonely prince had been searching for Snow White far and wide. One day he heard of the beautiful maiden who slept in a golden castle deep in the forest, surrounded by 7 little men. Finally, he came upon Snow White. He lifted a heavy glass lid. My beautiful Snow White, at last I found you, he whispered. Then he kissed the sleeping princess. Snow White opened her eyes. The spell was broken. The prince gathered Snow White in his arms and lifted her onto the horse. This time, Snow White was not afraid of her handsome prince. Goodbye, she called out to the doors. You've been good, kind friends. I'll never forget you. Snow White kept her promise. She included the doors in all the festivities at the castle, where she and her prince lived happily ever after.
Rồi chị hai vô.
Wait, one more.
Được rồi, ra đi để gì hai. Nha. Rồi bé đang học lớp 2 chị. Rồi.
Today we're going to be reading Junie B. Jones is a Party Animal by Barbara Park. Chapter 1, The Richest Nana. My name is Junie B. Jones. The B stands for Beatrice. Except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all.
Con lớn lên.
I am almost 6 years old. Almost 6 is when you ride the bus for afternoon kindergarten. My best friend named Grace rides the bus with me. Every day she sits right next to me, because I save her a seat, that's why. Saving a seat is when you zoom on the bus, and you hurry up and you sit down. And then you quick put your feet on the seat next to you. After that, you keep on screaming the word saved, saved, saved. And no one even sits next to you. Because who wants to sit next to a screamer? That's what I'd like to know. Me and that Grace have another bestest friend at school. Her name is Lucille. Lucille does not ride the bus with us. Her Richie Nana drives her to school in a big gold car. It is called a Cadillac, I think. And guess what? Today, the big old Cadillac was driving right next to the school bus. I banged on my window, very excited. Lucille, hey Lucille, it's me. It's Junie B. Jones. I am right next to you on the school bus. See me, Lucille? I am banging on my window, very excited. Lucille did not see me. Yeah, only here's the problem. Your Nana just speeded up her car, and now you're zooming way ahead of the bus. And so how come I'm still shouting at you? That's what I'd like to know. I sat down and smoothed my skirt. Lucille's Nana has a lead foot, apparently, I said to that Grace. Lucille's Nana is rich, she said back. Lucille's Nana is very, very rich, I said. She owns a big, giant house with 1,000,000 rooms in it, and she lets Lucille's whole family live in it, 'cause it's way too big for just one Nana. Wow, said that Grace. I know it is wow, Grace, I said. My Nana just owns a plain old house, a plain old regular house, and that's it. That Grace did a sad sigh. My Nana just owns a condo in Florida, she said. Then me and that Grace looked at each other very glum. Our Nanas are losers, I said. After that, we didn't talk the rest of the trip. Only guess what? When we got to the school, we saw the Nana's big gold car. It was parked right in the parking lot. Me and that Grace run there speedy fast. Lucille, it's me, Junie B. Jones. Plus, it's also that Grace. We are running in to see your Richie Nana. We opened the door and sticked our heads in. Hi, Nana, I said. Hello, Nana, said that Grace. The Nana looked surprised at us. Yeah, only you don't even have to be afraid of us, I said. 'Cause we know your grandgirl very good. Plus, we won't even harm you. Me and that Grace got in the back. I rubbed my hand on the seat. Ooh, I love this rich velvety interior, I told her. I put my cheek on it. These seats are ooh la la, Nana, I said. Lucille looked grouchy at me. Don't call her your Nana. She's my Nana, not your Nana. Lucille, the Nana said, very shocked. What's gotten into you? Your little friends are darling. Yes, Lucille, I said. I am darling. Plus that Grace is darling. And so back off. Right, Nana? The Nana did a loud hoot of laughing. Hey, you are the friendliest Nana I ever saw, I said. And so maybe me and Grace can come see your Richie house sometime. Lucille's Nana did another loud hoot. And then me and that Grace did loud hoots, too. And all of us kept on laughing and laughing. Only not Lucille. Chapter 2. Excellent work of us. Lucille sits at my same table in room 9. She kept on being mad at me, only I don't even know why. That's a lovely sweater you're wearing today, Lucille, I said, very pleasant. She scooted her chair away from me. I scooted next to her. Ooh, is that sequins I see in the collar? 'Cause sequins are my favorite little shiny roundish bead thingies, I told her. I touched one of the sequins. Lucille pushed my hand away. I tickled her under the chin very friendly. Coochie coochie coo, I said real fun. Lucille turned her back to me. I swinged her ponytail. Swingy, swingy, swing, I sang. Just then, Lucille sprang out of her chair. Stop touching me, she hollered in my face. My teacher hurried to my table speedy fast. Her name is Mrs. She doesn't have a name too, but I just like Mrs., and that's all. I smiled at her very cute. Hello, how are you today? Me and Lucille are not even fighting. We are just having a loudish conversation. Mrs. looked funny at me. I think you mean conversation, Junie B., she said. Conservation is when people say something. I tapped on my chin, very thinking. Then, all of a sudden, I jumped up real excited. Yeah, only I do, Mrs. I do save something. I saved that Grace a seat on the bus. I shouted across the room. Grace! Hey, Grace! Tell Mrs. how I saved you a seat on the bus. 'Cause she thinks I don't know my words, apparently. That Grace shouted back. She does, teacher. Junie B. saves me a seat on the bus every day. I smiled, very proud. See, Mrs., I told you I saved something. Mrs. stared at me for a long time. Then she closed her eyes. And she said she needs a vacation. Pretty soon the bell rang for recess. Lucille didn't even wait for me and Grace. She ran right out the door without us. And that is how come we had to chase that girl down and surround her. I made my voice very growly. I'm at the end of my string with you, madame, I said. How come you keep on being mad at us? 'Cause me and Grace didn't even do anything to you. Lucille stamped her foot. Yes, you did. You ruined everything. I was begging my Nana for a little white poodle, and she was almost going to say yes. And then you guys got in my back seat, and now everything is ruined. I did a huffy breath at her. Yeah, only it's not even our fault, Lucille, 'cause we didn't know you were begging. We just wanted to see your Richie Nana, and that's all. I don't care, said Lucille. You should have stayed away. You guys have your own Nanas. Just then, me and that Grace got very glum again. I know we have Nanas, Lucille, I said. But they're not Richie Nanas like yours. That Grace hanged her head. Our Nanas are just regular Nanas, she said. They're duds, I said real soft. After that, Lucille acted nicer to us. Sorry, she said. Sorry about your regular Nanas. I was just upset about not getting my poodle, that's all. Usually, my Nana gives me whatever I want. Just then, I smiled really big, 'cause a great idea popped in my head, that's why. It came right out of thin air. Lucille, hey Lucille, maybe me and Grace can come to your Nana's house, and we can help you beg for a poodle. I danced all around, and here's another great idea. Maybe we can spend the night possibly, 'cause me and Grace never even saw a Richie house before. Plus that way we can beg for your poodle the whole entire evening. All of a sudden, that Grace started dancing around too. When can we come? When can we come? She asked. I clapped my hands, very thrilled. I am available on Saturday, I believe, I said. Me too. I'm available on Saturday too, said that Grace. Lucille thought and thought. I don't know about Saturday, she said. My mommy and daddy and brother are going away for the weekend, so it's just going to be my Nana and me. I jumped up and down. Hooray, I said. That will work out even better, 'cause now we can beg your Nana with positively no interruptions. Just then, Lucille started to smile. Hey, yeah, why didn't I think of that, she said. I pointed at myself. 'Cause I'm the brains of this outfit, that's why, I said real happy. After that, all of us skipped around and around. Plus me and that Grace did a high five. 'Cause we're on the way to the Nanas, of course. Chapter 3. The Rules. Guess what? Guess what? On Friday, Lucille's Nana called my mother, and she invited me to spend the night with Lucille on Saturday. And Mother didn't even say no. My feet zoomed all around the house when I heard that. I'm spending the night! I'm spending the night! I'm spending the night! I shouted. I zoomed into my baby brother Oli's room. Hey, Oli, I'm spending the night! I'm spending the night! I'm spending the... Just then, Mother ran to the door, and she switched me right out of there. It was not pleasant. I brushed myself off. Yeah, only you shouldn't swish people, I said, kind of quiet. Mother raised her voice at me. How many times, Junie B? How many times have I told you to stay out of Oli's room when he's sleeping? Huh? How many? I think for a minute. 1,000,000 bazillion, I said. But that is just a ballpark figure. Mother glared at me very mad. I rocked back and forth on my feet. A ballpark figure is when you don't know the actual figure, and you make up a figure, 'cause that will get people off your back, I explained. My boyfriend named Ricardo told me that. His father sells insurance, I believe. Mother tapped an angry foot. We are not talking about Ricardo's father, Junie B. We are talking about going into Oli's room while he's sleeping. And besides, I haven't said you could spend your night at Lucille's. I want to talk it over with your father first. I hugged her leg. Please, Mother, please, please. I'll be good. I promise, I... Just then the front door opened. It was my daddy. He was home from work. I run to him like a speedy rocket. Then I hugged his leg too, and he couldn't even shake me off. I'll be good, Daddy. I promise, I promise, I promise. All of a sudden, Mother switched me away again. She put me down in the living room. Then she and Daddy did whispering in the hall. And guess what? They said I could go to Lucille's. Yippee, 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 I shouted. After that, I started to zoom some more. but Daddy quick grabbed me by my belt. Only here's the problem. I'm not actually zooming, I told him. No, here's the problem, said Daddy. Before you spend the night with Lucille, you have to agree to the rules. I raised up my eyebrows. Rules, I asked. There's rules involved? Lots of rules, Daddy said. Then he and Mother bended down next to me, and they told me the rules of spending the night. They are no running, no jumping, no shouting, no squealing, no hollering, no snooping, no spying, no arguing, no fighting, no cheating at games, no talking back to the Nana, no breaking other people's toys, no grumping, no crying, no fibbing, no tickling people when they say no, no staying up late, and absolutely no headbutting. After I heard the rules, I did a sigh. Yeah, only that doesn't leave me much to work with, I said. Mother ruffled my hair. Sorry, kiddo, but that's the deal, she said. Take it or leave it. Take it, I shouted out. I'll take the deal. Then I kissed Mother and Daddy on their cheeks, and I hugged them very tight, and they couldn't shake me off again. Chapter 4. Packing my bags. The next morning was Saturday. I jumped out of bed and ran to the kitchen. Then I got a big, giant plastic bag, and I ran to my room to pack for Lucille's. First, I packed my favorite pillow. Then I packed my pajamas and my bathrobe, and my slippers look like bunnies. Also, I packed my blanket and my sheets and my small, attractive throw rug. Finally, I packed my stuffed elephant named Philip Johnny Bob. He looked up at me from inside the bag. Yeah, only here's the problem, he said. You're not actually supposed to put me in a plastic bag, because I could suffocate. I could suffocate in this thing. My eyes got big and wide. Oh no, I said, real upset. I forgot about that. And that's how I quick got my scissors and cut air holes for that guy. Philip Johnny Bob sniffed the air. Better, he said. I petted his trunk. Then I went into the family room, and I watched cartoons till Mother got up. Pretty soon, I heard her slippers in the hall. Mother, Mother, I'm all ready, I said. I'm all ready to go to Lucille's. I pulled Mother into my room and showed her my plastic bag. Mother shook her head. Way too much stuff, she said. Then she got a teeny suitcase from the shelf, and she packed my pajamas and my slippers and my robe and my toothbrush. After that, she got a sleeping bag from her closet, and she put my pillow on top of it. There, that's all you need. You're all set, she said. I sprang into the air. All set, I hollered real joyful. Junie B. Jones is all set for Lucille's. After that, I quick grabbed Philip Johnny Bob, and I dragged my stuff to the front door. All ready, let's be on our way, I shouted, very excited. Mother was in baby Ollie's room. She didn't come. Okie dokie, I'm going outside now. Junie B. Jones is going outside to get in the car, I shouted louder. Just then, Mother ran to get me. No, Junie B. No, I'm not taking you to Lucille's, remember? Lucille's Nana is picking you up at 3 o'clock. I told you that. I'm sure I did. All of a sudden, my shoulders got very slumping, 'cause I didn't actually remember that information, that's why. Darn it, I said, very sad. 3 o'clock takes forever. After that, I slumped to the table and ate my breakfast. Then I sat on my front step, and I swinged on my swings, and I read some books, and I ate a cheese sandwich, and I counted to 1,000,000 bazillion, and I sat on my step some more. And then guess what? 3 o'clock finally came. I saw the big gold car in my driveway. She's here! She's here! She's here! She's here! I yelled, real thrilled. Mother and Daddy hurried to the door. Are you ready to go? Said Mother. Ready, I yelled. Junie B. Jones is ready to go. The rich Nana got out of her car. I threw my arms around her. Hello, Nana. Hello, hello. I've been waiting for you this whole livelong day. Mother pulled me off that woman. Sorry, she said. I'm afraid Junie B. Jones has a little extra energy in her. She's been sitting on the steps for hours. I leaped way high in the air. Sitting on the step, I said. Junie B. Jones has been sitting on the step. Mother and Daddy carried my things to the big gold Cadillac. And guess what? When they opened up the door, Lucille and that Grace were already in the back seat. Lucille, Grace, I didn't even know you were already in there. And so this is a delightful surprise. I reached inside to try to tickle them, but Mother pulled my hand away. Please, Junie B., don't start, she said. I saluted her. Aye, aye, Captain, I said, real hilarious. After that, I got in the seat and bounced on the softy seat. I got in the car and bounced on the softy seat. Only too bad for me, 'cause I accidentally bounced too high, and I banged my head on the roof. Then I did a gasp. I petted her. Yeah, only that didn't even faze me, I said. After that, I buckled up my seatbelt, and I waved goodbye to Mother and Daddy, and the Nana drove us away. Chapter 5. Going to the ball. Lucille was sitting in the middle. She whispered real quiet to me and that Grace. Beg for my poodle, she said. You promised, remember? You promised to beg for my poodle. Me and Grace looked and looked at each other, 'cause we didn't actually want to do that particular thing. Lucille poked us. Come on, you promised, she whispered. You promised to beg. I did a sigh. Then I thinked about what to say. Finally, I took a deep breath. Hey, Nana, guess what? Lucille wants a poodle, apparently. And so could you buy her one, do you think? I asked. Yes, could you? Asked that Grace. 'Cause she is making us beg you, or else we can't spend the night. The Nana's mouth came all the way open. Oh, so that's what this is all about, huh? Well, my granddaughter knows perfectly well that I am allergic to dogs. So you can tell Lucille that a poodle's out of the question, I'm afraid. I patted Lucille, very understanding. A poodle is out of the question, I said. We're afraid, I said. Lucille kicked her feet up and down. Beg harder, she whispered. You have to beg harder. I did a frown. Are you firm on that, Nana? I asked. No poodle, Lucille, said Nana, very snappish. Lucille kicked her feet some more. I knew that dumb idea wouldn't work, she grouched. Just then, the car stopped in front of the big iron gate. Grace's eyes opened big and wide. Wow, this gate looks like a castle gate, she said. Lucille smiled a teeny bit. It's not a castle gate, Lucille had, Grace. That is the gate to my house. The Nana pushed a button, and the gate opened right in front of our eyes. Hey, that button's like magic, I said. Lucille smiled bigger. After that, the Nana drove us down a long driveway. She stopped in front of a big, beautiful house. Lucille jumped out of the car and ran inside. Me and that Grace followed her. And guess what? Lucille's house was even beautifuler on the inside than it was on the outside. There was a beautiful long row of stairs, and a beautiful big bowl of flowers, and a beautiful giant sparkly ceiling light made out of glass. I did a gasp by that glistening thing. That light takes all my breathing away, I said. Lucille skipped all around in a circle. She sang a loud song in our ears. See, I told you I was rich. I told you I was rich, she sang. She made up that song, I believe. After that, she took our hands and showed us all the rooms in her house. She showed us the living room, and the dining room, and the kitchen, and the big giant patio, and the daddy's office, and the mother's office, and the family pool, and the pool room where you play pool, and the outside pool where you swim, and the hot tub, and the library, and the gym, and the Nana's room, and the mother and daddy's room, and the fancy cold bathroom with a jacuzzi, and their brother's room, and a whole bunch of guest rooms. Then finally Lucille showed us her very own bedroom. And it looked like a bedroom where a princess lived. Lucille's bed had a frilly pink roof on top of it. That is called a canopy, she explained. It matches my pink silk draperies and my pink silk bedspread, and my pink telephone, and my plush pink rug, and my wallpaper with pink flowers on it. And see my TV and my cereal and my computer and my CD player? She pointed to the corner. And did you notice all my big stuffed animals standing over there? She asked. My eyes popped out at those giants. The giraffe was bigger than me even. Me and that Grace ran to play with them. No, stop, don't, shouted Lucille. You're not allowed to touch them. They are just for show. Huh? Said that Grace. What? I said. How come? Because they're expensive. That's how come, she said. Those animals costed my Nana a fortune. Oh, I said, kind of disappointed. Oh, said that Grace. We sat down on Lucille's bed. Lucille shouted at us again. No, get up. You're not allowed to sit there. That bed, Fred, is just for show. Me and that Grace springed right off there. Lucille quick smoothed the material with her hand. Don't you two know anything, she said. This bedspread is made of silk. I told you. I'm not allowed to get it soiled. Oh, I said. Oh, said that Grace. After that, Lucille skipped over to her dresser, and she pressed a button on her mirror. A million bazillion lights came on. Look at this, she said. This is my very own professional makeup mirror. This is the same kind of mirror that they use for movie stars. My Nana bought it all the way from Hollywood, California. Me and that Grace run to the sparkly mirror. We looked at ourselves in the bright lights. Then we stuck out our tongues and made funny faces. Lucille quick turned it off. It is not a toy, she grouched. After that, me and that Grace just stood there. Just stood very still, and we didn't touch anything. This is going to be a long evening, I said kind of quietly. Only just then something very wonderful happened.
Chào đi xuống.
Only just then something very wonderful happened. Lucille's Nana came in the room, and she was carrying a big box of dress-up clothes. I thought you little gals might have fun with some of my old evening gowns, she said real nice. They're as old as the hills, but they're still quite stunning. Lucille ran to the box, speedy quick. Let's play Cinderella, she said. She pulled out a beautiful, sparkly pink gown. I'm Cinderella, she shouted. Then that Grace shoved me out of her way, and she ran to the box too. She pulled out a sparkly blue gown. I'm the fairy godmother, she shouted. I did a huffy breath at those two, because now I had to be the ugly stepsisters probably.
Hey.
I bended down and searched through the box very careful. Then all of a sudden my hands felt something long and silky and softy. I quick pulled it out of there.
Cảm ơn chị.
The Nana's whole face lit up. Oh my goodness, my old feather boa, she said. Why, I haven't seen that thing in years. I danced all around that lovely thing. I love this, Nana. I love this old feather boa. Just then, another great idea popped into my brain. Hey, I know. I will be the famous singer that sings at Cinderella's ball. Lucille and Grace looked funny at me. What singer? Said Lucille. There is no singer, said that Grace. I stamped my foot at them. Yes, there is. There is too a singer. And I am her. And my name is Florence, the famous singer. And I will be performing the show tunes from the hit musical Annie. So there. Lucille and Grace shrugged their shoulders at me. Then they dressed up in their beautiful gowns, and they went to the ball. And I sang, The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow. Chapter 6. Bouncing. After we finished playing Cinderella, the Nanas called us to dinner. Me and Lucille and that Grace skipped to the big dining room. We sat at the long, shiny table. Pretty soon, Lucille's Nana came in from the kitchen, and she gave us our dinner. And guess what? Its name was Beans and Frank. Hooray, I said. Hooray for Beans and Frank, 'cause this is my favorite kind of home cooking. The Nana did a teeny smile. Well, usually we have a cook, but I gave her the night off, she said. After that, the Nana poured milk into beautiful, sparkly glasses. Ooh, Nana, these are your best crystal glasses, said Lucille, real thrilled. I love these expensive things. Me too. I love these expensive things too. Only too bad for me, 'cause nobody ever told me that crystal glasses were very heavy. And so when I picked up my glass, it slipped right out of my hand, and it fell on the floor, and it broke into lots of pieces. Lucille's whole mouth came open. Oh no, you broke it! You broke my Nana's crystal glass! The Nana's face was reddish and scrunchy. Sorry, Nana, I said real soft. Sorry I broke your crystal glass. The Nana sucked her cheeks way into her head. Let's try to be more careful, shall we, dear? She said. I bobbed my head up and down. We shall, I said back. After that, I ate my beans and Frank very careful. Only pretty soon, my Frank spilled on my fork, and he landed on my Nana's white tablecloth. Oh no, hollered Lucille. That's Nana's good linen tablecloth, and she brought it all the way from Ireland. The Nana's face was twisty and puffy. I quick pushed my plate away from me. My stomach felt tight in a knot. Fell into a tight knot. Yeah, only guess what? I'm not actually hungry anymore, and I will just sit here and not spill anything, I think. The Nana cleaned up my messes with a wet cloth. After she finished, she brought us chocolate ice cream for dessert. Only too bad for me, because a teeny plop of ice cream dropped right off my spoon, and it landed on my chair cushion. The Nana did a big breath. You're a bit of a bull in a china shop, aren't you, dear? She said. Sorry, Nana. Sorry. The Nana patted my hand very stiffish. Quite all right, she said kind of mumbly. After that, I got down from the table. Me and my friends went back to Lucille's room. And guess what? Things got funner. 'Cause Lucille said we could play with the games in her closet, on account of they weren't even expensive. First we played Chutes and Ladders. Then we played Twister and Bingo and Chinese checkers and Tic-Tac-Toad and Candyland. Plus we also played Let's Spin till we get real dizzy and fall down. And guess what? I didn't even break anything. Hey, I think I'm getting the hang of this party, I said very happy. Just then the Nana knocked on Lucille's door. Time for you ladies to put on your pajamas, she told us. I danced all around the room, real happy. Hooray, I said. Hooray for pajamas, 'cause I brought my favorites. I quick put them on. See them, Nana? See how biggish and baggish they are? That is how come they feel so comfortable. The Nana eyes looked down at me. How very charming, she said. Just then that Grace jumped right in front of me. Look at mine, Nana, she said. See mine? Mine have neon green polka dotties on them. How very colorful, said the Nana. Ta-da! Look at me, everyone. I'm wearing my beauteous pink satin nightie. See me? See how lovely I look? I look like a gorgeous model in this thing, she said. Lucille let me and that Grace feel her material. How very smoothie, I said. After that, me and Grace rolled our sleeping bags on the floor, and the Nana took the silk bedspread off Lucille's bed. Time to get your beauty sleep, princess, she told Lucille. Then the two kissed and hugged goodnight. Only guess what? Lucille didn't even get in bed. She kept twirling all around in her pink satin nightgown. This is how models twirl, she said. They twirl so you can see their fronts and their backs. Lucille wouldn't stop twirling. See my front, see my back, she said. Me and Grace got up on her bed to watch her twirl. Lucille's bed was soft and cushy. We bounced up there a teeny bit. Lucille stopped twirling. Hey, don't, she said. That bed is for beauty sleep only. I patted her bed very admiring. Yeah, only it's too bad we can't actually play up here, because this mattress is a bouncy one. Just then, Lucille's face did a sneaky smile. Want to bounce? She said real soft. Want to really, really bounce? She tiptoed to her door and looked down the hall. Come on, she whispered. Follow me. I grabbed Philip, Johnny, Bob, and followed after Lucille and that Grace. We tiptoed down the hall and around the corner. Then Lucille opened the door to a big guest room, and there was a giant bed in that place. See it, she said. See how huge that bed is? My Nana had it made specially in case we have tall company. Lucille quick shut the door after us. Come on, let's go, she said. And so all of us run to the big bed, speedy quick, and we jumped and jumped and jumped on that thing. I sang a joyful song. It is called Jumping, Jumping, Jumping on the Giant Bed. Jumping, jumping, jumping on this giant bed, I sang. Only too bad for me, because all of a sudden I remember something very important. And it is called Mother and Daddy Said No Jumping. I got off the bed speedy fast. Yeah, only here's the problem, I said. I am not actually allowed to jump, because Mother and Daddy said no jumping, and so you guys should stop jumping too, because that would be polite of you. Lucille and Grace didn't pay attention to me. That's how come I had to get back on the giant bed and shout it in their faces. Stop jumping, I said, because I'm not allowed to jump, and you guys shouldn't jump too. Grace sprang high up in the air. Who's jumping? I'm not jumping, she said. She grew very silly. I'm bouncing. Just then my whole face got happy. I hugged and hugged that girl, because Mother and Daddy didn't say I couldn't bounce. After that, I bounced and bounced and bounced. Bouncing, bouncing, bouncing on the giant bed, I sang. I bounced till sweat came on my head. I flopped down on the bed to rest. I flopped on a plumpery pillow. Ooh, Lucille, this is the most plumpery pillow I've ever even saw, I told her. Of course it is, silly. Said Lucille. That's because my Nana has all her pillows handmade in Sweden. I quick swing the plumpery pillow over to my friend Grace. Grace, hey Grace, feel how plumpery this pillow is, I said. Only Grace didn't actually see it coming, and it accidentally hit her on the head. I peeked at her under that thing. Yeah, only that did not even harm you a bit, 'cause plumpery pillows don't hurt people, right Grace, right? Grace did a teeny grin. Then she took the plumpery pillow off her head, and she swung it all around, and she hit me in the tummy. Oomph, I said. Then I laughed and laughed. Hey, I was right. Plumpery pillows don't hurt people. After that, I hit Lucille in the head with my plumpery pillow. Plus, I also hit Grace again. And then those guys got their own plumpery pillows, and all of us kept on hitting each other. Very fun. Only just then, a mistake happened, 'cause I didn't know there's a rope in my plumpery pillow. And so the next time I hit Grace, all of my feathers exploded out of it. There was a million bazillion of those floaty things. They filled the whole air practically. Lucille did a gasp. Grace did a gasp too. I danced around very giggling. Hey, it's snowing, I said. It's snowing, it's snow. Just then the door swinged open very fast. It was Lucille's Nana. She saw me holding the broken plumpery pillow. My heart pounded hard inside of me. Hello, I said, very nervous. How are you today? I am fine, except I'm having a bit of a feather problem, apparently. The Nana walked at me very slow, and she took my pillow out of my hands, and she hid her face in that flatty thing, and she didn't come out for a real long time. Chapter 7. Peeping. After a while, the Nana took us back to Lucille's room. Me and Philip, Johnny, Bob got in our sleeping bags pretty fast, and that Grace got in her sleeping bag too. And Lucille got in her softy bed, Not one more peep out of you girls.
Đấy.
Out of, not one more peep out of you girls. Said the Nana very grouchy. Do you hear me? Not one more peep. She turned off the light and shut the door. I stayed real quiet for a long time. 'Cause I was scared of that woman. That's right. All of a sudden, I heard a teeny voice. Peep, it said. Peep, peep, peep. It was Lucille. Me and that Grace giggled out loud at her.
Don't get this.
Peep, said that Grace. Peep, I said. Peep, said Philip, Jordy, Bob. Then pretty soon, all of us were peeping all over the place. Peep, 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 peep. Lucille kept on peeping louder, and louder and louder and louder. Peep, 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 she said. Also, she was giggling very hard. Finally, me and that Grace sat up on our sleeping bags, and we stared at that girl. Lucille is peeping out of control, said that Grace. Maybe she is overly tired, I said. Overly tired makes your brain go silly. Peep, said Lucille. Peep, 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 peep. Just then Lucille's Nana opened the door again. Silence! She yelled real scary. Shivers came on my skin. And then all of us crawled under our covers again. And we closed our eyes. And we didn't say another peep. Chapter 8. Morning. Morning came very early. It was still very dark outside. I jiggled Lucille and that Grace. I'm very hungry, I said. Are you guys hungry? I am really, really hungry. I shook them some more. Let's eat. You want to eat? I really, really want to eat. Finally, Lucille and that Grace yawned and stretched. Then all of us put on our bathrobes and our slippers and went down the hall to get the Nana for breakfast. Lucille shaked her real gentle. Wake up, Nana. Wake up, Nana, said that Grace. Wake up, Nana, I said. The granny didn't snore. And that's how come we had to pull her up by her arms and we turned a bright light in her face. The Nana yawned real big. It was not pleasant. After that, she got her robe and slippers, and she went downstairs with us. We sat at the long dining room table. The Nana passed out cereal bowls. Oh, Nana, these are the brand new China bowls you bought in France. These are my favorites, said Lucille. All of a sudden, I felt a knot in my stomach again. I tapped on the Nana's hand. I think I would like a plastic cereal bowl. Yeah, only here's the problem. I think I would like a plastic cereal bowl, 'cause plastic is more my style. The Nana rolled her eyes way up at the ceiling. I looked up with her too, but I didn't see anything. I don't own any plastic cereal bowls, she said. After that, she brought in the orange juice, and she poured it into teeny crystal glasses. I got down from my chair. Yeah, only guess what? I think I will just stand here and not eat, or else I might spill something again, I said. The Nana looked at me. Then she went into the kitchen and she brought back a banana. Here, try this, she said, kind of nicer. I did a smile. Then I ate my banana very careful, and I didn't spill a drop. Mother picked me up at 9 o'clock. She came to get me. She came into the Nana's big, beautiful house to get me. My, what a lovely home you have, she said to the Nana. Then Mother walked to the big bowl of beautiful flowers, and she tried to smell those lovely things. Hey, don't! They are just for show, probably, I hollered. After that, I said goodbye to my friends. Then I thanked the Nana. And I quick pulled Mother out of that house, or else she might break something, that's why. I run down the steps and got in my car, and I rubbed my hand on the back seat. It was not as soft as the Nana's back seat. I smiled very relieved. It's good to be back, I said. It's good to be back, I said.
Không để ba đóng cái cửa lại coi.
My stomach growled real loud. Guess what? My tummy is still hungry. It's still hungry for breakfast. 'Cause I didn't actually eat much this morning, I said. Mother laughed.
Đọc nhìn nó đi.
Mother laughed. I swear, Junie B, your stomach is like a bottomless pit, she said. Just then another great idea popped into my head. Mother, hey mother, maybe you and me can stop at Grandma Miller's for breakfast. 'Cause she fixes blueberry pancakes every Sunday morning. And blueberry pancakes is my favorite breakfast in the whole entire world. Mother thinked about my offer. And then all of a sudden, she turned around the car, and we drove to my Grandma Miller's house. And we were just in time for blueberry pancakes. We ate a million bazillion of those delicious things. Plus, I also drank orange juice out of a plastic glass. Hooray, I said. Hooray for plastic. Then me and Grandpa Miller hugged. And Grandma Miller hugged and hugged. And guess what? I think I like my regular Nana just perfect. The end.
Cho rồi, cảm ơn mấy cô mấy chú đã tới lắng nghe. Nói cảm ơn. Say something. Con nói rồi.
Thanks for watching.
Nói tiếng Việt nữa. Ồ, đi học tiếng Việt làm gì? Nói. Cảm ơn cô chú, cảm ơn mấy cô mấy chú đã đến lắng nghe con đọc. Cứ nói như vậy. Nhanh lên để ba em cái like. Nói nha. Nói đàng hoàng, nói lớn lên. Dạ con cảm ơn mấy cô mấy chú đã có lời khen và lắng nghe.
Dạ con cảm ơn
mấy cô mấy chú.
Dạ con cảm ơn mấy cô. Dạ con cảm ơn mấy cô mấy chú
Đã đến đường like lắng nghe con đọc sách và ở lại tới giờ. Con rất là cảm ơn. Dạ hẹn gặp và mấy cô mấy chú lại ngày mai.
Dạ hẹn gặp mấy cô chú ngày mai.
Cô khen con nói con cái giọng con đọc hay, nghe truyền cảm. Cảm ơn. Rồi thank you nha. Bye bye. Thank you chị. Bye bye cả nhà.
Bye bye.
Ngày mai hẹn ngày mai. Bye bye. Đâu để quyển sách vô. Quyển sách nãy con đọc đâu rồi, để vô. Ôi sao em không được.